Hi, I'm James Brains with the Brains Report, and today we're going to review the Philips Pasta and Noodle Maker Plus. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm having a day. This is actually take 3 of this. I tried making 2 gluten-free pastas. One was buckwheat and rice pasta. The other was chickpea. And it was my first time trying them. I used the recipe from the book. I figured I'd show you that I can make gluten-free pasta. And it didn't work. I have made gluten-free pasta. I even made the chickpea flour recipe that I tried. But for some reason, so I was in front of the camera, it didn't work. So we're just going to do the basics. I'm doing plain old all-purpose flour and a mixture of water and egg. And if that doesn't work, you'll get to see me smash this. I have been using it for 18 months, and I like it. I've made all sorts of different pastas, but today it's just being weird. Maybe it's because the air is extra dry or something, I don't know. We've got a few different attachments. This does lasagna. This does paschetti. And here we have fettuccine. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to talk as I get things going. I also want to add there's a little cleaning tool in here. We're going to make penne today. And I'm going to show you how to put this together. It doesn't come this dirty. It's just dirty from my other failed attempts today. Turn that off. You put that in. Pop this on. Then you put your type of pasta you want to make. The extruder shape or whatever. That goes on. Then you put the cover. Screw it real good. There we go. And I'm going to pour in the flour. Dissolve it out. Wipe my hand on my shirt. And pop it on, turn on the on button. It then mixes for about 3 minutes, and you're supposed to add the liquid through the top. There's a little slot in the top. This is the measuring cup that comes with the device. It pours okay. Although the measurements aren't really all that helpful. I recommend using a scale instead. And I'm going to add a little bit more water because there's some egg stuck on the top there. I just want to get all that egg off and in. There we go. We got about 2 more minutes of mixing. Let me show you what it's doing there. Look at it go. You want your pasta to go for a little ride. Oh, some of it got stuck to the side. So I'm going to smack it here for a little while. Actually, I'm going to pause it so that makes it correctly. Okay, now it's not stuck to the side. I don't recommend tilting your machine while you're making stuff. What do I want to talk about? So I've probably used this about 75 times, I guess. Had for 18 months. And I've done all sorts of different pastas and used all sorts of different flours. The pasta it makes isn't as amazing as like the fresh stuff that I've had at a restaurant, but it's better than the dried stuff you'll buy at the store. And it's a lot easier than doing it by hand. As you can see, I can sit here and jibber jabber while it's doing its stuff. My hands are free. So the fettuccine is thinner than I'd like, but I feel like it's better. The fettuccine is for making some Asian noodles such as ramen or udon. I haven't had a lot of luck making those, but I've only tried once or twice. It just doesn't have the slurpability or viscosity that I look for. I looked online on how to make it better, and they recommend using a 1/4 teaspoon of kansui liquid. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's Kansui. And also substituting 25 milligrams or 25 grams of tapioca flour in place of the usual flour when making a single batch. So if you're doubling the batch, double those measurements as well. That seems to work well. As you'll see with the penne in a minute here, it comes out kind of weird. It's not like a perfect cylinder. It kind of it usually has like a break along the length, so it ends up yeah, not being the best cylinder. Still tastes good, but it's not the perfect penne shape. It also extracts through different holes at different speeds, so when you cut through you get different sizes, so it's not the best for uniformity. It still works well. And now we're going to start with the extraction. The first ones are usually the worst. Sometimes I'll just throw them away and not eat them. But you just go like that, and you just kind of keep going like that for a while until everything is extruded. Yeah, and I've used the lasagna. Oh, that was you gotta really put a little muscle into it. I'm also doing this left-handed, and I'm a right-handed guy. It's coming out pretty good. Yeah, not with the cuts along it. Darn it. Okay. There we go. So yeah, with the lasagna ones, I've made pierogies and dumplings, and they've worked really well. It really worked well for making wrappers for those. And yeah, the spaghetti, I like the spaghetti. I especially like that you can make it as long as you'd like. One thing I have had trouble with is drying the pasta. I have this dry thing here, and I guess hanger or whatever, and it ends up coming out too brittle, and it just breaks very easily. I've only done spaghetti though. Maybe the fettuccine works better. I don't know. I just tend to cook it right away, and the pasta cooks a lot faster than usual. I'd say this penne here will probably take about 5 minutes in boiling water, whereas usually you count on 10 or 11 minutes. And that's for al dente because that's the only way you should eat. Looks like we're getting to the end here. As you can see, it went pretty darn fast. Sometimes there are bits of the dough stuck in there, and you'll have to stop it and kind of loosen it up, and if you want to get it all out. And so with one batch in the recipe book, I strongly recommend using the recipe book. With one batch you make about 10.5 ounces of pasta. A double batch of course makes 21 ounces, and that I would not recommend doing more than a double batch. I don't think it would fit in here. I usually wait a while, and because I really want to get all the dough used up, but I think I'm just going to end it right here. And I'm going to come a little closer to show you one of these pennes. They came out pretty good this time. I don't know. Yeah, you can probably see it there. It came out pretty darn good. Usually, a lot of the times they'll come out split like that, but this time it did an outstanding job. I'm guessing it's well, I'm not gonna make conjecture right here, but I'll just count my blessings that it came out good and my lunch is ready. What else do I want to talk about? Most of the pieces are dishwasher safe, but I like to do it by hand. I usually let it sit for about 24 hours to dry out, and then the little pieces of dough come off really easily, and it's not a problem at all. So my final recommendation, this costs about $300, which is more than I'd ever spend on an appliance like this. This isn't something that you really buy to save money. I'd say it's something that you buy so that you can get creative. If there are certain specialty pastas you want to make, this is a good device for doing that. For example, in here it's got recipes for carrot pasta, beet pasta, pasta nero, spinach pasta. There's all sorts of recipes in here. So I'd say it's more from getting creative. I think the ingredients you use to make the pasta are cheaper than the store-bought dried pasta, and this stuff tastes better. However, the difference in price isn't gonna cause you to save money. It's not gonna cause the unit to pay for itself over short time. I imagine it would take several years if you're a heavy pasta eater to save money. So it really is about getting creative. You might save money if you're into really bizarre pastas, like with gluten-free. You might save money if you have a good deal on gluten-free flour. But yeah, for the most part, it's a little too expensive for that. As far as making pasta, as far as price and flavor, I like the KitchenAid tool more. That works with a KitchenAid stand. Of course, this is only applicable if you already have the stand-up mixer. But yeah, it's a pretty cool tool if you like easy pasta, homemade pasta. And I'm gonna end it. I've rattled on long enough and put enough anger into making this video. Please subscribe, and if you have any, I'm sure there are things I forgot to cover, please comment below and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. And there are links to this pasta maker. I'll put a link to the KitchenAid as well. All that's in the description below. In the meantime, stay carbo loaded.